Hi guys, good to see you guys tonight. Let me just share my link.
Hello guys, wait, how do I go to you?
Okay, let me just share my link. One second.
Hello guys.
Okay guys, if you can, okay, no one yet, so let's wait for a while. No problem.
Do you sometimes get no one?
So far, no. Yeah, but it's okay, we just wait for a while. So, yep, let's have a chit chat. For a while,
Okay.
let me start. Hey, hi guys, good evenings.
Hi, how do you see
Okay.
like the people? How
Oh,
do
you
you
can't.
see? Hello?
Hi,
Hello?
only I can see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
Okay, so
yeah,
only
I
I can
can.
see how
Yeah.
many packs. If you want to know how many packs, you can go to the RFA Facebook page, share the link to your personal group, click the watch party. Then your friends can come in together. So I'll wait for you. You go to RFA Facebook page
Okay,
from Facebook.
I'm already in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you click the watch party. You go down. You scroll down.
Okay. Scroll down, watch. Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Go click the watch party.
Mhm.
Good evening, guys. Those of you watching, my name is Sam. I'm from RFA. So Shu Yin actually is from Quantum Runners Malaysia, the founder
Yes.
of
Hi
Quantum
guys.
Runners Malaysia. So I will let Shu Yin to do a self-introductions for herself. What does she do and how did she start up with this Quantum Runners Wellness Malaysia?
Hi guys, my name is Shu Yin. I'm a medical doctor. I've studied in Moscow Medical State University in Russia. And actually, why I'm here today is that during my studies, I was thinking when I was learning like drugs and diseases, I was thinking, you know, like why don't we have like drugless solutions to chronic diseases or physical illnesses? So I just came across bioresonance. And then this particular field of medicine actually interests me a lot. And I went for seminars and went for further training, and I started training um, Russian doctors myself in Moscow. And then in 2018, I managed to, wait, is it 2018? Yeah, at the end of 2017, sorry, I brought over this technology to Malaysia. And since then, we have been treating different illnesses and like chronic ones or acute ones with this technology in this very venue. But then we have already moved to another place, yeah, Damansara.
Okay, so
Yeah,
tell me about you study in Moscow. So you speak Russian as well?
yeah, I do speak Russian, and in fact, I was training doctors in Russian language on the device usage and technical and medical support. Yeah,
How many languages do
so
you speak? Yeah.
I speak English, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Mandarin,
Mm-hmm.
Malay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then German and Russian. I've just,
Wow.
yeah, recently learned
Impressive,
German.
impressive. So I think today we're going to talk about today topic is a bit heavy. It's a very new topic for me and for others as well. We're going to talk about the
Yeah.
way to calm your mind in stressful time, especially during the MCO,
Hello.
the families hours and also the work long hour for work. So I think today's topic is quite soon about people who work from home.
Yeah, true. And in fact, it is like, I think it's the first time I speak to the public about this as well.
Yeah,
So, yeah. So, yeah, forgive me if there's any like lack of information or too talkative. Yeah. So,
yeah, no problem.
okay. So, yeah. Actually, you had a bit of a cut down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you mind? Yeah. Okay. So, today, I want to share about like how to calm yourself and focus, during your work in the MCU, because people are getting depressed. Even children are getting depressed nowadays. Like they don't want to go out and play, and they just want to watch TV, and watching TV makes them cranky, and they still cry, and they don't want to do anything. And business owners are getting really concerned about their businesses, and a lot are facing failures in their businesses as well. So actually, there's many ways to like calm yourself down. I would more today share about like more towards the alternative ways to like calm yourself down instead of taking pills and this kind of stuff, or raising your energy levels with pills during the MCO. So first of all, I would like to touch a bit on it's like a real issue here is especially those with ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Children and even adults suffer that, and some don't even know they have it, and they can't really manage stress, especially during the MCO. So just a quick statistics. In Malaysia, there's 3.9% of children, we're just talking about children now, under the age of 12, diagnosed with ADHD. And that's around 1.2 million people in Malaysia. Yeah, and that is actually not all. Like some people just don't recognize that they are really, they can't really concentrate, they procrastinate, and then they quickly lose interest in one thing and then jump to the other. And yeah, so these are one of the few symptoms of ADHD. So Sam, should we like go into detail about the symptoms or okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
1.2 million, that's a lot. Just now you mentioned the numbers of 1.2 million, that's a lot.
Exactly. 1.2 million, and that's even not all. Yeah. So where was I? I was a bit carried away. So we were talking about the statistics, and after the statistics, we wanted to talk about the symptoms, ways to identify if you are probably not even ADHD, suffering from lack of attention onto certain things. But now the symptoms of ADHD would be the attention deficit. That's the first part of it. And then the second part of it would be attention deficit. Okay, sorry. The first part is the attention deficit. Okay, I'm a bit nervous, so sorry. And then the second part would be hyperactivity and impulsivity. And I will break these things down later. So the third one would be a combination of both. So people can just have like problems with regulating their attention, and then or just problems with regulating their moods and temperament, and then or the combination of it. So the combination of it would be the most monstrous ones. So there are certain different ways to treat this condition, or even just just general. And you can't be calm, and you're always anxious and nervous, just like me now. And so yeah, there's different ways. So first of all, in the first line, in most of the European countries, they give out medications. Actually, they call children who take these drugs, they call the children doped, like doped children, because they take drugs. They actually take like drugs that actually increases the amphetamine, like the brain chemicals in the brain, like to make them alert and energetic and focused. So
any side of that, any side effect about this drug? I mean, does it mean
exactly
anything?
Yeah. So of course, this is medication is of course worldwide known, not the only way of treatment, but then because of the side effects as well. Yeah, so these side effects are like insomnia, you can get digestive problems, you can get, long term, if you take it chronically, definitely your liver and your kidney problems. But then you definitely get, if you don't control your drug amount properly, you can, your child or yourself, you can get cranky at a certain moment when the drug level falls, and then and when you take a pill again, you like, you have to be dependent on it. So people also take like psychiatric or psychology classes, or treatment to actually regulate. And of course, sport is actually a major thing in how you can actually cope with ADHD in daily life. Because what is the main thing that is happening in like a brain that is not calm and cannot focus? And for example, in like the extreme form, that would be ADHD. So this form, so the thing that happens in the brain is the brain chemicals, namely called noradrenaline. I think you have learned in biology in high school. Noradrenaline. No. Okay.
No, not in biology school.
Okay. Yeah. Dopamine and noradrenaline. So these are the two main brain chemicals that are reduced in the between the connections of these brain cells in people with lack of focus, lack of attention, increased anxiety, and these sorts of problems. And as I said, the extreme form of this problem would be ADHD. Would be something really obvious. Okay, so talking about ways of treating it. We've spoken about medications, we've spoken about sports, which can naturally boost that that brain chemicals, that level of brain chemicals in the brain, and it can sustain for a longer time actually, and it's way more potent than drugs alone. I mean, the natural chemicals. So, and when people do sports, of course it's not possible now outside, because having sports outside is like the best for people who have anxieties or problems focusing, because they get very involuntary, what we call involuntary attention, like a sudden noise there, and then they'll be like, oh, caught that, and then a sudden noise here, and then fresh breeze of air, it's like a lot of things coming together. So it's like,
can I say they are very easy to get distracted from other things, like small things, very minor stuff?
Yeah, if you're talking about like the extreme form of ADHD, yeah, they are really much distracted. So it's sort of like I don't know if we have any Chinese audience who can understand this. It's like yi du gong du, it's like, okay, the problem is they lose attention very quickly here and there, but then the main point is to for example, through sports, keep their attention in many directions, like, oh, a sound there, like some cat there, or like a car going by, or like fresh breeze. It's like to grab all their attention at once when they're doing this activity, while they have to focus at running, for example. Yeah. So that's doing with sports. So going on in
questions for example, sports, right? Are you recommend the kids who do team sports or individual sports? Those have any your opinions?
Oh, it's definitely we need to get more attention from this child with the extreme form of non-focus and anxiety, right? So the extreme form to grab all their attention is to socialize with people as well, especially when running with kids, maybe some child hurt himself, and then it's incident full. It has to be like a lot of incidents. So that also drains and keep the energy level stable. Yeah, in this sense. So yeah, hello.
Are they a lot of energy spends in their cases in the childhood time?
Yeah, so it depends on the three types. As I said, there's the attention deficit type, there's the hyperactivity and impulsive type, and the combined type. So if you're talking about the hyperactivity and impulsivity type, then yeah, they are really active. So, but they actually have a really good ability, especially in this class of people or people with this trait, whether it's ADHD or less ADHD. These people have hyper focus. So they are very hyperactive. They can, focus on many things at the same time. They don't know how, they don't know they don't know how to prioritize. But then the benefit of people with this ADHD trait is that they can, if they like something, they are going to, hyper focus and really excel and perform in it. Do you have any examples like that? Have you worked with children like that? Hello?
I think one of my coaches, he does take care of the autism kids. He previously is the autism therapist, so he takes care of the kids. But that one is more than one-to-one. I have a case, I know someone that some of the kids, they also are very active in triathlon sports as well. So I think they like the sports. So I think they have a very good result over there, to be honest. They even have a podium, very young age. Yeah.
Wow. See, these children are actually amazing. Yeah. Even adults with ADHD, they really excel. Like most of the brain scientists, they have ADHD. So yeah. And the next thing, and I would really be glad to share with you guys as well, because I have been through a hell of a year actually working in a local hospital in a small town, Batupat in Johor, and we were really stressed out in that year. And you have constant anxiety that you cannot finish the job like in a certain range of time, this frame of time. So and you don't actually get enough sleep, never for that one year in those departments. What I did was I was practicing Qi. Yeah, well, you can call it Qigong, but it's just a part of Qigong, which I learned it from, the book of the dynamic free flow of Qi. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but I would be glad to share with you that later. We'll probably give you the link to that video. I've compiled this ways. This is 4 types of breathing that can really calm your brain and breathe up your focus. And there are even breathing types that can increase your energy level. Like it really worked for me, and that's what also brought me through my year, because I wasn't able to access my own bioresonance center in KL. I was in Batu Pahat, so I had to use my self-healing method. So if there's no one to come and heal me, I have to heal myself. Yeah. So that's
self-heal.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, if you have any questions regarding how to calm your mind in stressful times, you can also feel free to ask Dr. Shu Yin. So, yep, you can continue. Remember to share the links to your friends, then your friend can watch together for the watch party.
Yeah, exactly. Share, and share. And then, this would be beneficial for people as well, because they will also get like a really life-saving, because you can use these methods to heal yourself. So why not, right? 4 breathing methods. Yeah. So it can also boost your immune system, your heart, the qi flow. It can unblock. And this is very related to people who want to, I think most of you are from the RFA audience, and how to relate this to running is that some of these breathing methods is like the people who do these breathing methods actually have better stamina. Yeah, if you combine it, because they actually breathe less than the normal people using the diaphragm, so they have better stamina. Yeah. So
I would love to learn that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, I'll just share that.
Sure.
I'll just share that. I think it's like the video was very fast produced by my very self, and I did it by myself. And there could be questions coming up when you watch that video, but feel free to ask me on my page. Yeah, Quantum Wellness. no problem if you get confused by the video itself. Yeah. So yeah, I can just shortly demonstrate like how you actually do diaphragmatic breathing. I think you've heard of that. Maybe those of you who sing might know diaphragmatic healing. So the key is to not breathe through your chest, but through your abdomen. Like, have you observed how babies breathe? Their stomach actually, they expand very quickly, And then what you're gonna do is you breathe in through your nose, and then you try to expand your lower abdomen instead of your chest. So you're actually giving more space, pushing your diaphragm down for more lung space to get all your lungs filled with oxygen that keeps you energized. So and then you hold it at the end for 4 seconds or as long as you can, and then you breathe out through your mouth and squeezing your tummy back in, trying to touch your back of the spine. And then you don't straight away inhale. You still hold it for like 4 seconds to 6 seconds or as long as you can. So the longer time that you can last, the more alkaline your body gets and the more relaxed your whole body's muscle. It's like a good warm up as well before sports or your work day. So if you do this,
how many steps do we need to do for this?
It's recommended. It's like a healthy person can do one session 30 minutes per day. That will that is the minimum amount to trigger healing ability in that breathing method. So this whole thing, if you're doing sets and sets continuously, that is called block breathing. Block breathing.
So what does it mean, block breathing?
It's like doing that same thing which I showed you. Continuously for 30 to 45 minutes, whether it's better in a lying down position, of course, lying down position on your bed, like when you just get out of bed or something. Yeah, you can do that. And just do it for 30 to 40 minutes, and that's the block breathing. And of course, during that process, you need, I don't know if you know the concept of Dan Tian. You guys know Dan Tian, the point, 2 fingers breath. This is the belly button, 2 fingers breath beneath your belly button. That's the Dan Tian. So you have to put the energy, the focus of your energy down to that Dan Tian, as if you're looking through from that point. So that's your focus of energy. Yeah. That is your focus of energy. Then you can, I personally focus my energy here.
Oh.
Yeah, because I feel like, that's more energy. I can feel this spiraling, heating energy here and here. That's why I tend to focus my energy here. But this is called the oven, the furnace of chi. The energy is all here. Like, I think those of you who practice yoga would know, like the navel chakra and this kind of stuff. Yeah. So yeah.
Yoga, what is?
Yeah.
Okay, someone asked about question.
Yeah.
1 minute.
I can't see the question.
Yeah, you can see here. You can see here the screen.
Oh.
Okay, I can show you.
How can an adult who was not diagnosed during childhood due to lack of awareness goes about it in public or private hospitals, given that typically ADHD is focused and diagnosed mainly in children? Would an adult find it challenging to get a fair diagnosis due to his age? No, I would say it's not challenging if it comes to an expert, and we actually have really good comprehensive checklists where you can evaluate yourself even as an adult online. It's for free. I think you can even check it like ADHD evaluation. And I've compiled like certain links, and I could also, I would gladly share with you as well. Yeah, so actually the symptoms, adults, actually more percentage of ADHD adults who don't really know how to deal with their, symptoms, their anxiety, their loss of lack of focus, their lack of attention. And you know, actually these ADHD adults, they tend to procrastinate. And they're sometimes really smart, so that they leave things to the last minute. So they like to procrastinate, oh, today's not the day, or they have not a very good time management, I would say. And also they you know, they actually tend to get more divorced when they are very confused with their own being, you know, their trait of being in ADHD, which they don't know. So if you can actually we have a session later where you can actually comment quantum wellness, and then we will, you know, I can call you up, or we can just get connected, and I can, you know, help you with it if you need some consultation. At no cost, of course. So actually these ADHD people, whether adults or children, they just need to, you know the methods of how they can excel, because I told you they have hyper focus. So a very good video, TED Talk video on I think I wrote down her name. I can just tell you later.
Okay. But then maybe we can share the link. After this, we can share the link in the comment.
I can share.
After. So maybe Shu Yin will share with me later. Don't worry, guys. So share the link.
I can share the TED Talk. It was really insightful. The way she shared was really insightful. How she dealt. You know, she was the smartest child in her class, and then how you know, and then in later adult life she couldn't cope with her own, you know, these ADHD traits, and it's, you know, she was getting nowhere at the 30s, the age of 30, and she finally found ways, and she can give you good insightful tips on, you know, how she dealt with her own ADHD trait. And then she got out of it, and she's pretty successful now, and even talking on TED Talk now.
Wow.
So and her conclusion in that video was, you know, if you teach a fish how to swim, if you teach a fish, of course you can swim. So if you teach a fish how to climb a tree, you can never know that the fish can swim. So so just try to find your the field you can excel in. And it's a MCO, you know, a lot of time you can try. I think it's a good time for us to pause and, you know, rethink ourselves, our purpose. Even with problematic health problems. So what else can I share with you? I'm just pretty excited to share with you the breathing methods, because that was really insightful. And of course, you can continue to follow us, RFA and Quantum Wellness, and we'll give more talks in the future. And of course, regarding ADHD, we have a lot of materials coming up, and autism, a lot of diseases which or illnesses or conditions, psychological or psychiatric conditions, I treat as well in our center. So I would be more active. I used to be not so active online, but now I would, you know, be more active online during the MCO. And this Qi breathing method would really, really benefit you, actually, really. And it's just a small part of playing with energy in your body. I can share, like, if you want more energy training, tips, I can share as well. So
the free 10 minutes consultants on ADHD and short videos of 4 simple Qi breathing methods to stay energy and focus. Please drop a comment, Quantum Wellness. So we will PM you the link and the free assessment as well, consultant assessment as well. So
that's right. We're reaching 30 minutes almost.
If I think we will continue another 5 minutes if there's no questions. So we're gonna have a chit chat with Shu Yin as well. So I think let me share about why today we are having this topic. I mean, I know Shu Yin in one of the corporate events. So I happened to met this doctors doing that. She's doing the cases from ADHD and other autism case as well for treatments. So
right.
I was thinking, hey, I never met any doctor talk about this topic. Hey, why don't we talk about this topic during the MCO? Because now is the best time you pay.
Hello?
Give birth 4 months, second child. So we spend a lot of times with kids. So I think this is the best time you understand your kids, pay attention to your kids. So they need a lot of attention. Sometimes they express like angries, happiness. They just want your attention, basically. If you don't get it, you ignore it, they're going to turn worse. So this is my opinion and my experience. So basically, I would love to hear more about this topic to Shu Yin. Maybe we'll come up others, a few more topics next time. But I really hope you guys can give us some comment or feedback or survey that, hey, what kind of topic you guys love to hear more from Dr. Shu Yin as well. Yeah.
Exactly. That would be really helpful to us as well. Yeah. And yeah, well, I'm not a mother, but you know, I have nephew and niece as well. And you're a father, so I guess you kind of understand. Yeah. But I find it really interesting to work with children, and actually I have always been surrounded by children because my mom is a teacher, and since young I was, you know, trying to interact with the children. She has a daycare, and we call it nursing home, and then I always get the opportunity to, you know, get by with children. So I have, even I teach autistic children, even school subjects. I used to before when I was in high school. So it's really interesting to tap into their, you know, dimension. They have a different dimension, So, yeah.
So when you teach the autism kids, is it a local or is it overseas?
Oh no, they're mostly local. Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge when you teach about the autism kids?
By the way, my biggest challenge.
Yes.
Actually, it's just that, especially when there's a teaching part of me dealing with autism kids, and there's a treating part of me dealing with autism kids. So the teaching part is that they just can't sit still, even with autism, because it doesn't interest them. So you just have to ask them, what are you interested in? No, there's no use to waste your time to force them to do something they don't like, and you know, you get high blood pressure yourself, you know. I mean, especially you as parents, just, you know, nurture. They need the support. They need someone to nurture their interest, but not giving them, you know, just throwing at their face, you know, what to do. And now it's like, you know, it's getting more and more jobs and job opportunities, or it's just very varied nowadays. Like all kinds of things can become a job, you know, like, is that even a real job, you know, sometimes when and it actually turns out really effective. Like I've seen a lot of people on YouTube trying to, you know, share how they make their interest and passion living out of it, you know. And you know, it's really amazing how they have their ways. Just I have certain autism children who came before, and they actually sell art, and they can really draw really well. So, and the challenge is also tapping into that dimension, being autistic yourself as well. That is very important.
I guess just my opinion. I mean, I guess is don't always blame the issue on the children's side. I think the parents also need to learn how to deal with the case, how to handle it, how to address the issues from there. I think it's both way communications. This one, I think the parent play a very important role into this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, in fact, I do have one a German friend. She was actually my teacher. The son is a German. My teacher keeps complaining about him, you know, how he's not that, how he's not like that. But you know, this MCO has really helped her tap I've been tapped into his dimension, you know. And of course, you need patience. You see, time, patience also must come with time, and always, you know, do the chi breathing, you know, as parents, you know, calm yourself down before.
Do together with the children, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, ADHD doesn't come from external; it's genetic. I mean, if your parents or grandparents, it doesn't really, it's not actually coming from the environmental aspect. Yeah, it's just that when the patient, that when the child has ADHD, like electromagnetic pollution, like you know, Wi-Fi and telephone can worsen the symptoms. It's not the trigger.
But in terms of genetic parts, can they like test from young age, or is there anything that they can do to test it out?
To test it out. This one I'm not very sure, but there's a lot of there's a wide range of DNA testing out there. You know, some can really tell you up to real details, like you know your ancestors and what would they what were their illnesses and you know or I mean, there are a lot of like what languages they spoke or something like that. A lot of you know different types of DNA testing depends on the range you're taking. Yeah, I would say that you can probably check for a specific gene for ADHD, but I don't think that's cheap, you know.
Okay. Okay, just want to recommend one books to all the parents that because my daughter went for preschool, there's a parent recommend me to read about this book. This book is quite good. I quite like it because he taught me how to really communicate with the children instead of punish the kids, ask the reason why they're doing that, the behavior, to get my attention on that. I will type the book here, but just to name it, the book is called How to Talk So Kid Will Listen, and Listen So Kid Will Talk as well. I will type here.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah.
Case study, how to deal with your kids, and so it's like a method to a parents that how to communicate with your kids, because sometimes the kids angry. So I think every kids have anger, right? So when instead of you punish the kids, why don't you ask the kids, hey, why you feel angry? So have you did that? Or maybe you just shout out, say, hey, don't angry, don't do that, don't do this, don't do this. But you never stop and ask, hey, why you expressed in that way? What's the reason who caused you angry? So is it you jealous or is it other things? So I think that is the things I'm still learning, but I think it's a good book. It's a very good book for those parents, with, especially you have a child from 1 year old to 3 years old. I think this is the best time you really communicate with kids.
Yeah, that's very true as well, because I was once because I needed to learn the German language, and I was in Germany for 3 months, and this is actually not a typical German family. A typical German family would be like just like you know some conservative Asians like before. They're just the same. So this particular German family, they have 4 children, and all are boys and really active and naughty, you know.
Active, we don't call naughty, we call active.
Yeah, we call it naughty all the time. But from my perspective, the so-called naughtier they are, the cuter for me they are. You know, like I can really communicate, because these people they're very outspoken, and I think to make your children more outspoken so that people can so that they can communicate with people well. You know, I felt that, you know, I mean, I've seen children that are beaten a lot in their childhood, and you know, being told by parents, you know, what not to do, like for sure, under tyranny.
I think traditionals, I would say.
Hello.
Yeah, I think they are like that. They got punishment by parents and grandparents as well.
Yeah, of course. I did get my punishment as well. I wouldn't say that, but communication is still, no matter what you do, punish or not, communicate.
Yep, agreed. So I think, guys, remember to comment Quantum Wellness to get your free 10 minutes consultant and also the 4 simple chi breathing methods.
The breathing methods, yeah.
Breathing methods and from Shu Yin, something she learned. And
yeah, compiled it from this book, but it's a huge topic that I myself am researching into it.
Yeah. Are you doing something martial art or something you're learning chi? Just curious.
Oh wait, it has martial arts as well.
Oh,
this particular dynamic, yeah, it combines martial art and qigong. That's what I really like about it. I like martial arts as well, but sadly, I never practiced it. So now I'm trying to get this time to look into it.
Okay, cool. So tell me more about during your study in Russia. So what's the one thing you learned from there?
I don't understand.
One thing I learned in Russia.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, Russia for me is like a second home. I just feel very Okay. To your surprise, what I learned, it's not like what I learned actually, it's what I feel there is this. I just, the word romantic, it doesn't mean relationship, like relationship love kind of romantic, but your perspective and your heart would be so romantic actually that the warmth that you get with people and the connection. I feel it's less of a hypocrisy, and I mean if I compare like
Malaysia or Germany, okay.
I think Malaysians are quite friendly.
Yeah, they are. We are quite warm as well here because 4 season is summer.
Yeah, we are warm and we are hot.
Very warm. Yeah.
We're not warm.
Yeah, warm and hot. Yeah, and humid as well, Malaysia.
Yeah, exactly. In Russia you can feel the warmth. Yeah, and in Russia I learned to live myself. So I did everything myself because I grew up as a teenager then. I actually matured myself there. So one is being warm, and second is being warm in a very romantic way, not like warm in a friendly way, but warm in a romantic way. It's a bit, it's kind of sweet, but that's my second home. A lot of my friends are there, and I communicate with doctors as well, in the same field, and we communicate our results with for example, something related to our topic would be ADHD, autistic children. We actually share our results and exchange our experiences, like once or twice per month. Yeah, we do that. In fact, I just did it like 3 days ago, and they're even dealing with really cerebral palsy. Yeah.
Just a question, Sui. Is there any forum in Malaysia they discuss about this topic like ADHD and autism? Facebook forums so far?
I myself am not in it, but I'm very sure. I mean, I have actually bumped into several autism groups, but I've never typed in ADHD before. But I'm sure there is ADHD association. In fact, there are some websites, Malaysian websites, which is my reference. I mean, I found the statistics there.
Cool. Once again, thank you, Shu Yin, for your time. A very pleasure to have you into our channels.
Thank you so much.
So very hard to invite a doctor into our channel. She's the first time doing Facebook Live. So I think I talked to you is a few weeks ago, right? 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. 3 weeks.
Yeah,
right? I strongly encourage her to talk about this topic because it's no one really talk about this topic. Because during MCO, we have many channels talk about exercise, how to eat. But I'm looking forward to someone to talk about mental stress, how to manage your calm yourself, how to manage your diet, this kind of topic. So we try to give different things different topics so that you guys don't get bored. Beside exercise, there's so many topics there's 1,000 topics we can talk about. So I think this is one of the topics, definitely very looking forward. And yeah, we plan this for, I think, 2-3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really thank you for inviting me here to this
Welcome.
platform. It's my first time doing it. Forgive me if there's any, thing that sounded wrong or too much or whatever. Just forgive me
No
for
problem.
that. And I hope I have added some value into this topic.
Yep.
Yeah, and I hope to see you again in the future.
Yes, if you guys have something similar topic that related to this kind of topic, so if Dr. Shu Yin, if she can value add, definitely we're gonna plan for next topic as well. Probably we're gonna talk more about the other topic as well. So you guys can leave a comment here. If no, then you can just comment contact us, so you will get the 10 minutes consultants and also ADHD consultant, and also the 4 type of chi breathing technique method. Okay.
Yeah, that would really benefit you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, see you in the future. Give us ideas or topics that you really would like to know. I would be really glad to prepare and share.
Yep. Cool. Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you very much. See you guys. Thank you so much for being here.